it's driving me insane. Silence rattles in my brain. Yeah, I gotta get away. Always waiting for the phone, so I built my towers tall, wandering through these empty halls. Breaking cycle there, walls are coming down. I gotta make it out. Yeah, 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 yeah. Look my fear right in the eye. I just wanna feel alive. I just wanna feel alive. I just wanna
Welcome to the Fray Flak Pack. It's Termex here, and welcome back to another Borderlands 3 build video. Now guys, I've been kind of excited to showcase this because in the past I've made Pet Flaction version 2, and finally we have Pet Flaction version 3. Now if you don't know, if you're new around here or new to this build, Pet Flaction is taking the reflection of damage from Flak's pets and using it against the enemy. Now, Mayhem 10 scaling got changed to where now enemies aren't doing a crap load of damage, so everyone said, rest in peace Pet Flaction, this build sucks now, it doesn't work. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're pretty wrong about that. You see, I still found a great way for Pet Flaction to still function, and arguably it functions a little bit better than it used to because it's even more damage than just the simple 25%, but I'll get into that in this video more in depth. If you guys are new around here, don't forget to leave a like on the video because it helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you're new and you want to join the Flak Pack, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any of my future Borderlands 3 content. I post a lot of Flak based content, so if you're new here and you're into that kind of stuff, well, I'm your guy. So to start off, let's go into the skill tree. I will pop it on screen right about now. This is going to be a pet build. This is going to be a pet-centered build, so we're not really invested into the traditional flak trees. We're more invested into purple tree. Yeah, I know, purple tree. Don't start in the comments. Yes, purple tree and blue tree because we want the maximum amount of damage for our pets. The only reason we got 2 points into leave no trace into the orange tree, that's mainly so we can use our hunter seekers, use our hedgehogs, use our rocket launchers so we don't have to reload. That's usually during takedowns if you're going to use a plague bearer or something along those lines, even a scourge if that's still your thing. As for the green tree, I put the 5 points into furious attack just so when we shoot enemies we get the 30% pet damage and we get the 20% gun damage, which is nice. But the main purpose of even going into green tree in the first place is for 1 point into eager to impress. Now if you don't know, of course eager to impress gives you more cooldown, but whenever Flak's pet kills an enemy, action skill cooldown time is reduced, but the attack command cooldown is refreshed. So there's really no point to get Sick'em. I mean, if you want the extra 30% damage, you could, but we're already getting 30% pet damage overall just from furious attack. So basically this means whenever our pet gets a kill, even with our attack command, you get it instantly right back. And I'll probably show some gameplay on screen of this in action. You could basically just spam your attack command as long as your pet is still getting kills. And those kills could be from your grenade that he has, his shotgun, the barrage itself. It could be from anything. Some key things into purple tree. We're not going into success imminence because 2 reasons. When the novas go off, they do a nice bit of damage, but there's actually a downside to this. There is the fact of your pet accidentally blowing up a barrel next to himself and getting himself killed. If your pet is in a pool of water, it will dot himself and radiation kind of melts his health, so that's not good either. Just having that overall to me is kind of dumb because he kills himself a lot more than he kills enemies with it. You're just removing that kind of thing, and it's basically a security blanket not having this kind of skill. Now, a big thing that people are going to question me for putting this 1 point into woolly armor. If you don't know what woolly armor is, it's when flak shields are full, our pet gets a 75% damage reduction. But you're like, why would you get this? Flak always gets targeted, he's always squishy. Well, we're running Red Fang, and Red Fang is so powerful within itself that we're not going to be getting hit a lot unless we jump in front of the bullets, basically. Now our pet could put out the damage, but this skill, this 1 point ensures that he could also take the damage, because if we are in the middle of a takedown and he's dishing out all the damage and he goes down and you can't res him, you're gonna die, because this isn't a traditional stack bot fadeaway megavore bounty hunter build to where your own damage is self-sustaining. With this build, you're more playing the role of a beastmaster and relying more on your pets. And finally, the capstone capitans. This is just because a little bit more tankiness for the pet. And of course, we do get a little bit more tankiness. This prevents a lot of dot damage, considering we're running a deathless. If we lose our shield, we go down. Now, we did go fully down into this tree. Hive Mind also gives pet damage now with the change that happened a few months ago. And this is actually pretty nice. So when we take damage, a portion of all of our damage is instead given to our pets. But since our pets has damage reduction, he's not going to be taking as much damage. You can thank Woolly Armor for that one. Shared Spirit is going to be active at all times, so a portion of all damage they take is converted into healing for our pet. So our pet's going to heal whenever we do take damage, just to keep him up and alive, and since we're running a deathless, this will be active at all times. We do have 1 point to dominance, because here's the thing. When we're in a situation where shit goes to shit, your pet's dead, you don't have your Gamma Burst, dominance is going to be here to save you, because when you aim down sights and you score a critical hit on an enemy, you will gain dominance over them. Now, a lot of people hate the new dominance. I personally love it. It's basically a built-in red fang, and it's good to be there when you need it. It's going to save you a lot of runs, and if you don't really want to get dominance, this 1 point can easily go into the 3rd point of Persistence Hunter if you want, but for me, I love having dominance on a build when it comes to pets. As for our skills itself, it's going to be Gamma Burst along with Endurance, so we can get the 5 stacks of pet damage up to 50%, and the 15 more seconds of action skill duration. And now the next one is more of a controversial one based on what you want to do with this build. If you plan on wanting to do some extra damage yourself, Empathic Rage is the way to go, because you get 20% damage, which actually is V1 damage, which is going to be awesome. But if you just want to completely rely on your pet, go with Atomic Aroma, because that radiation aura is going to be very nice with our Atom Bomb Relic. And as for the pet, of course, we are running the Warloader. Now, the reason why this guy is so meta right now, not only does his barrage attack command do a crap ton of splash damage, not only does he have a fire shotgun that literally melts anything with a red health bar, but he gains an exact copy of our grenade, and he boosts the damage of that grenade by 51 times. If you don't know a lot about math, that basically means you take the grenade that you have, multiply it by 51, that's how much damage he does with your grenade. And it's insane. It kills a lot of things. It's not a bug. It is actually a completely normal mechanic within the game. It's for the pet scaling with Mayhems, and I love this. I love it. I don't know what else to say. As for Guardian Rank, as always with me on this channel, I never use my Guardian Rank stats or bonuses. I never really played with them. I never found enjoyment in doing that. I like to play the vanilla way and not rely on any skills or things to make builds. Now we're getting into the inventory of things. Now the inventory isn't very specific in terms of what gear you really want to use, but for me, I like to use the guns that are powerful. It's just what I like to do. Some builds require this, some of these builds don't. But in all honesty, when it comes down to this build, you really don't need to have a weapon on you. You just need to be there, make sure your pet's doing damage. For me, for corrosion and armored enemies, I have the Tizzy with URAD. For anything else, I have a Plasma Coil with URAD as well. To do more damage and stack more damage onto a boss in case our pet's having issues and you don't really want to kill things, you just want to have your pet do it. The Execute is amazing because you empty the clip, throw it at an enemy. You're going to be doing more damage, while your pet's going to be doing more damage to whatever enemy you tagged. And of course, we have the res. It has a 30-second cooldown, but when you shoot your pet when he is down, he will get instantly revived. And it's pretty nice to have in case things go bad, but I don't think I've had to use this at all with this build. Very rarely do I think you're going to have to use it yourself, but hey, it's in there. Like I said, we do have Red Fang. Now my rolls are splash damage, action skill cooldown rate, and assault rifle damage, but the Red Fang rolls aren't really too necessary. Just try to get something into Heat Bites and maybe Ferocity just for some more pet damage. For the Relic, I do have Atom Bomb Deathless. Since we're doing so much radiation damage, I thought why not get a Radiation Relic, and on top of that, it will serve as our 1 HP, so we can actually proc URAD with all of our weapons and for our pets. Now for our grenades, I do have light speeds in every element with the on-grenade throw annoyance, so you can throw the grenade, call out your pet, and you're going to have all these insane buffs. Now the Hunter Seeker is only here when you want to use something like a Plague Bearer or a Rocket Launcher for takedowns. That's going to proc with Leave No Trace. If you don't really want to take advantage of that, you could put those 2 points elsewhere. And now, finally, the thing that makes Pet Flag Action version 3 work so well is the Beskar. Now, the Beskar, to put it lightly, it's basically the Sham Shield 2.0. When we are shielded, we have a 100% chance to reflect projectiles back to their enemy, And we have 50% damage reduction while shielded. My anointment is on action skill end. We have action skill cooldown rate increased by 20% for a short time. Help us get our gamma burst back quicker. I didn't actually intentionally get this. This is just the role I got, and I thought, why not try to make a build around it? And that's where the idea of Pet Faction version 3 came about. If you have any other role, it doesn't really matter because the Beskar always has this 100% chance reflect, so your anointment doesn't really matter with this shield. So what does this mean for us? Well, now our pet gains a copy of our shield. He's basically going to be wearing the Beskar. And as you can see, we do have our shared spirit active on the bottom of the screen. But with the Beskar, he's going to be reflecting the enemy damage already from he bites by 25%. 25% from this. But on top of that, you get the reflected projectiles themselves, which is the same exact damage that the enemies put out. So let's get something down in here. Pop our Gamma Burst. We do have our Capitans proccing. And as you can see, he's getting projectiles reflected right back at him from whoever he's shooting. He actually froze them over there from the projectiles that got reflected. You see all these ice projectiles coming from him? Those are the same projectiles that this guy is shooting. And it works. As you can see, it does damage back at the enemy, kind of like a Thorns effect. And on top of that, we're getting he bites procs. So he's doing insane amount of damage. Let's get him doing some attack command so I can show off Eager to Impress. We get attack command, he died. We get attack command right back. Oh, he did kill him. Okay. Another attack command. He's going to pop it again. Killed him. Another attack command. Is he going to kill this guy? Yep. So basically, you could just chain your attack commands on whatever enemy you see fit. And that's why we spec the 1 point in Eager to Impress. Just so we can get that damage and allow him to do even more cool attacks. But of course, I don't want to do a whole run on Athenas. I want you guys to try out this build yourselves. If you're on PC and have the privilege of downloading save files, I have a complete save file. Link is in the description below, right next to the Flag Pack Discord. If you're interested in joining my Discord, we have trade chats, we have modding stuff, we have a bunch of stuff in my Discord. You guys will love it there. I hope you guys have a terrific day, and I'll see you guys later.